Alright, y'all, I ordered Sonic. I do think, I feel like I've been eating out more. I haven't been wanting to cook. And, I don't spend more than $5 a day eating out. I don't spend more than $5 a day eating out, but that's still, I guess, money I don't have to spend. Anyways, I just wanted to say, I feel like my biggest challenge for a lot of my problems is myself. And I also think that I've created so many bad habits, it's hard to break all of them at once and just become a completely different person than what I've been doing for the past 28 years of my life. So I honestly think I really feel like I don't know how to change, if I'm being honest. It's not that I don't try, but I don't have my willpower. My willpower is not that strong, right? And I think that's where, the self-control, lack of self-control comes in. Oh, they have my food. Good morning. Thank you. You too. That was quick. Yeah, and I got my Groovy Sauce. So basically, on the app, you could get the dollar fries. So I got that and the Groovy Sauce to try. But anyways, what I was saying is, I think truthfully, it's a lack of self-control I have sometimes. So I feel like, especially with spending and eating out are two things that I struggle with self-control for. Even though I don't think I'm excessive with it. I don't know, y'all. And here's the other negative or mindset I have, I would say, that's not good, is if I only have $20 left to my name, I would rather spend my last $20 on something I'll enjoy in that moment than be let me save this. And I know that's gonna sound dumb to a lot of people, but it's just that's honestly how you think about things is if I only have $20 left to my name at the moment, even though that $20 I have is also only temporary, I probably will have more than that in the future, but it's just I would rather spend it on something I'll enjoy in that moment than be I need to save this for the future bills that I already know I can't pay. And I know that thinking is not smart from an objective standpoint. It's just that is how you think about the how I think about the situation, because it's I can spend my money on a bill, or I can spend it on something I'll enjoy, and I always choose spending it on something, that I'll at least enjoy, because that bill is still gonna be there, I'm not saying that's a good mindset to have. I'm just saying that's how you think about things, honestly. And I do think that is a poverty or a mindset thinks about the future. So when you have a scarcity mindset, you're only focused on the bills that you have today. You're only focused on the right now. You're not planning for anything future. And that honestly is like, it's a negative feedback loop that does keep you in struggle. Because say if every time I had, you know, $10 left, instead of spending it, I just moved that to my savings until I got paid again. How much farther ahead? Well, I don't know how much further ahead, because like I said, my bills is finished. The money I've been making, y'all, is just like, I'm at a negative $500 each month. So I don't know if that's really, I mean, okay, I'll say like that could have helped, right? I would have been less negative, but I don't know. I think it's like easier to give up when you know you don't have enough than like keep trying and fighting like that negative battle. So I feel like I would still be frustrated even if I didn't spend money on things I didn't need, because I know the amount of money I'm making is not enough to cover my bills. So it honestly turns into like the why even try mentality. Like, why do I even keep trying if I know I don't have enough to cover my minimum bills I need? So I went over my budget that I had made in my last video, and then I showed y'all my income from my job for the past 5 months has been averaging a lot less than what my minimum budget required. So I honestly don't even know how I was paying for, like, how was I paying my bills? Literally, God only knows. Cause and still like spending and shopping. Now I know this is what I explained too, like a lot of my shopping was enabled by the payment, like partial payment plan things. So if you use like Klarna or Sezzle or Afterpay, they allow you to break your payments down. And I got addicted to using those payment plans because it's like, okay, well, I don't have $50 to spend on this stuff, but I have $12.50 that I'm willing to pay right now. And then, you know, basically I'm spending $50, but only actually paying $12.50 out of my account. So I'm getting all of this stuff and not paying a lot and thinking, oh my goodness, like, I'm really not spending a lot of money. It like tricks you. It really does trick you into thinking you're not spending as much money as you actually are. So that's why I also feel like I look back, or after the fact, I'm like looking at how much I owe, and I'm like, whoa, I owe how much now? Because in the time you're spending, when you're spending the money, you're not thinking you're spending the whole $50, but that's the remaining bill that you owe. So that definitely has contributed to my current situation. And I also think too, like, people keep acting like I blame all my problems on other people, which I don't. I've never blamed my debt or my financial situation on other people. Have I talked about my income being like a contributing issue? Yes, but like, I'm responsible for my income. I'm not 100% responsible for my income. Like, I get that I have control over, you know, applying to certain jobs and stuff like that, but I can only work the jobs that I got offers for. So it does get kind of tiring having I don't know. Anyways, the main thing I wanted to say is that even if I'd do everything right, I would be struggling. But the fact that I don't know, like I said, my situation is not the best, but it's also not like the absolute worst. But I can't continue. I have to break my bad spending habits, and that's what's been the hardest part for me. Like, my financial situation is going to change. I'm not going to be making as little money as I've been making, but I have to have better spending habits, and that's the part where I feel like I don't have a lot of self-control with my spending, because again, I'm so used to a scarcity mindset and wanting to just, and only focusing on like the right now versus, you know, thinking about future. And the thing is, I do like, the first thing I do when I get paid is pay bills, right? But when you have like overwhelming bills like I do, and then you're trying to like, I think the current thing too, and this is the reason I feel like I kind of do just give up sometimes, because it's like, what's the point in trying if you still are going to be struggling? Which is like, again, the realistic way it feels for me. Let me go get me some ice. So, in my opinion, I choose to struggle with having some of the things I want than to struggle and not have anything I want. That is kind of how I look at it. And like I said, people who aren't in my situation are not going to understand the full extent, because you haven't lived in my shoes. But it's also just, you know, not something most people have to think about. I just don't want to be like making a lot of money and then like blowing all of my money on unnecessary things. So it's like, I know I have to work on this now, because when I do start making money, I want to be smart. So I did make like financial goals for myself, and I'll just go over them with you guys while I eat my Sonic. So these are real crunchy. This Groovy Sauce, I don't even know. Their packets look like Chick-fil-A's. It's good. I just feel like I can't taste it. Sorry. My main financial goals for this year, because I made some new ones. One, I need to put $50 a week from Instacart into my high interest savings account. So, since it's almost halfway through the year, I'll have like $1,300 by the end of this year. Goal number 2. It's already almost halfway through the year, so man, they did not give me any of the stuff I asked for. This was supposed to have lettuce and tomatoes on it, y'all. Nothing. You know what? When they messed up my order, I try to remember to like dispute it, but I honestly never do. I always just am just like, I let so much stuff go. That's like annoying, but like, oh my gosh. I'm not about to drive all the way back to Sonic and be like, y'all made my burger wrong. Which is why I usually call back, dispute it with my bank. Anyways. Yeah. So, my initial goal this year was to save $10,000. But the first half of my year has been pretty rough. So, I just put it in half and said, okay, by the end of the year, I need to have at least $5,000 saved. And then my other goal is to pay off the rest of my credit card debt. And then like prioritizing paying all of my credit card debt by the end of this year. And then what was the other one? Just maximize my savings. So minimum I want is $5,000, but more if I can. But that also just depends on how much debt I have. Also, I mentioned in my last video, like, I could be more stressed out because of my finances, but truthfully speaking, I've made it this far somehow. But I cannot sustain myself with my current income, no matter how much I spent. So I am gonna get more hours at my current job starting next week, so that will pretty much double my income. Actually more than double, because I haven't even been getting the 15 hours a week. I've gotten less than that, so that's gonna help me a lot. And then I have 2 other job offers that may or may not pan out. So I'm not going to put all of my eggs in one basket, because that's what I did with my current job, and look at me now. But it will, my situation will improve because I'm going to be getting more hours. And also I did get like a little bit of a raise. So that helps me a little as well. So I won't really see the improvement until the end of this month. So once I can see though how much my paychecks will be, I can reanalyze my budget. Cause I don't know, y'all. The other thing is, I've still been kind of trying to vlog, but I don't know. My vlog channel is really close to being monetized right now. So I have 910 subscribers. Basically, all I need to get monetized is 1,000 subscribers. So, pretty much a lot of the content that I was posting on my second channel, or I should say this channel, because I post my chit chats on my second channel. I've been posting like the shorts I would post on this channel on my vlog channel now. So if it gets monetized, great, but I also have a lot more copyrights in my vlogs, so I don't know. But I've never really put my eggs into like making money off of YouTube, if I'm being honest. Because I felt like it's a lot riskier. But, you know, I think in order for me to feel comfortable living off of my YouTube, or my income on YouTube would have to be closer to like 1,000 a week for me to be like, oh, I can live off of this income. But I don't really focus on like making my channel viral or stuff like that. If people watch me, great. If they don't, also great. But, oh, y'all, there was like, I did kill the bug. Oh, that's gross. Sorry. I don't know if y'all like my mukbang videos. I'm trying to, like I said, we gotta change our mindset to think more about the future consequences of actions instead of just thinking about like right now, because that's a scarcity mindset. I might have read that somewhere, but I'm also kind of just talking from just how I think about things. But I think that's at least one of the reasons that poor people tend to make worse financial choices than rich people, because a poor person has a scarcity mindset. They're thinking about right now, and a rich person has an abundant mindset. They're thinking about the future and building wealth. And so I don't want to continue having that scarcity mindset, because it's literally not helping me. But I want to be able to just better my situation and not be struggling. I'm so tired of living to paycheck to paycheck, y'all. Like, I feel like that's the main thing. I don't want to keep living paycheck to paycheck. So if I have to struggle for a couple of months to rebuild my savings and get out of the paycheck to paycheck struggle, that is what I'm gonna do. Because I'm tired. I want to be able to have automatic payments for my bills and not have to worry about it, not have to think about it. I just need to be, like I said, more disciplined. And truthfully speaking, it's like, I'm not very good at disciplining myself. I feel like my consequences, I guess, discipline me in a sense. But I just have to, like I said, work on my self-control and practice an abundant mindset. So instead of focusing on the right now, focus on the future money that I want to have. And I will only have that if I think about the future when I'm spending money. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm literally just being honest with people about my struggles, my problems. I don't know why some people take it as like they have to tell me about myself or tell me how, I don't know, horrible I am. I am not perfect, and I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to be perfect, I'm just trying to be better. And for me to get better, I have to work with the problems that I have control over, and the one I have control over right now is how much I'm spending. Every time I've tried to challenge myself to go, I think I just need a challenge. I honestly think this is what I need to do for my mentality. I need to challenge myself to just go each day without spending. Instead of thinking like I need to go this entire month, I need to tell myself you're gonna go this day without spending. Because if I try to say I'm gonna go like a month or a week or however long, I fail. Now, I've frequently gone entire days without spending. It's easier to focus on not spending money for a whole day than for me to focus on not spending money for a whole month. So like this month was supposed to be my no spend month, y'all. I failed on day 2. I already failed on day 2. So I made it one day. But then it was like out the window the next day. So I gotta focus on my goals a day at a time. If I try to do, it's honestly kind of just like if you try to do something too much too soon, it's like you're setting yourself up for failure by putting an expectation that you haven't shown you can do. So I know I can go a day without spending, so each day I need to just tell myself, we're not going to spend any money today, versus like I'm going to go an entire month and then I'm thinking about the month and I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that. But focus on your goal for that day, and it's going to be a lot easier to get to that month if you're just focusing on each day. So yeah.